the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the balloons. What I do? Lace up the shoes, yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Did you send it?
Yeah. I'm about to send you a party invite too.
I gotta charge my headset up there.
I know I had to charge mine. I was charging that bitch all day. You're not even online, you ugly bastard. Well, you are. What's up, bro? Oh, that's cute. Is that your new one? Oh, mommy got it at the store. You're so crazy. It's Uncle Moot.
What's up? What was that? Which one was that?
That's Bob. Zoe.
What's up, Zoe?
She giggling. I sent you a party invite. I'm gonna send Darius a party invite. Oh man, I mean, what? What? Why you ain't got in the party at night? You trying to charge your headset real quick? You don't even wear your headset.
No running. It's time to settle down in your court.
Oh, Zoe in trouble.
You see my trophy though?
What trophy?
You see it in the video?
Man, don't talk to me about no trophy, fool. You ain't win nothing, dog. You was supposed to play a game, dog. That's trash, bro. No, that ain't even a Dion. That's true, bro. You know that, nigga. I ain't say it was your fault, nah. You had a hell of a season, but you can't have a trophy talking about something. I mean, that's like a runner-up trophy you was boosting, like a tie almost.
What?
It's like a tie.
Man, I beat the dude 37-7
In the regular season. I mean, I'm not saying your season didn't show that. You just missing the point. Like, nigga, everybody has some fluky ass games and shit.
Hard to beat y'all, and that's hard to.
It is hard to beat us. I just wish it wasn't so much trash in this game, dog. It just don't make sense sometimes. You gotta do way too much before the snap. That's what I don't like. Nigga, if I wanted to fucking play Mortal Kombat, I'll play Mortal Kombat.
Should be able to verbally tell them what to do.
What? Oh, you trying to get rich, huh, Mook? We gotta go straight to EA, bruh. We gotta go to Eric Wayweather, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be able to, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Huh? When is the next podcast? This Thursday? Is that what? When is the next podcast? Oh, it's gonna be a Sunday thing? That's good, bro. Y'all need to do like a every Sunday then. It's gotta be like at least every Sunday, but you only post like once a month, if you give me my point. So if you got 4 Sundays, you know, you all ain't gonna make all of them. But, oh, this guy talking to us. Can you hand me the other beer, please?
Talk to the teacher no more. Hello?
Yeah.
You hear me, nigga? Yo, that push ready, push ready yet?
Who you talk to?
You.
Cause I sent you a party invite. said what? I'm gonna leave my party now, man.
Turn it down just a little bit though, babe. It's kind of loud. Bless you.
The game gonna be on.
The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals.
What?
Hello?
Now you can hear me. I can hear you too.
Yeah, but it's through the screen. Also. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's still through the screen.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Nigga tried to
And that
mud
just
kick me
doesn't
out the
change, doesn't
game.
it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it?
Oh, no. Talking, but it's not him. It's not,
I hear you, but you on the phone.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I hear you, but
I wonder can your viewers hear you? I hear myself. That's stupid.
usually when I'm in the party, it's through the headset, though, right?
No, I could be through the connect.
How do you change it to the...
Go to the devices settings. Or settings, then devices. And then audio devices. And then you put in an input output, you choose what you want it to sound from.
output is only letting me select the TV. I don't want to select the TV.
Here, lead a party and see if it changes.
You said leave the party?
Yeah, because I can hear you on the phone.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. Now see if it changes. Did it change?
Yeah, like I can't hear you through the TV. So let me see if I join everything. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, I hear you.
When it's going through the screen,
So if you're in a party, that's how it be, I guess. I guess you can change the party settings. Let me see what the settings say. Party. All right. Go to in party settings is allow your voice to be shared. I put it on always allow. So see if it changed for you. What? Yeah. You got the headset on?
Fishies, crackers, or meat sticks?
Yeah. I can't hear you on TV there.
Can you hear me now?
No. No, I can't hear you in the game yet. Alright, just lead the party. We'll just play it straight up.
Who's your quarterback?
I forgot. Why you asking who my quarterback is?
You're giving up yardage.
Yeah.
50 seconds, come on. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill.
A run for Nick Chubb. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
We got 3, folks. We got 3.
Pick that block up,
Back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now here's a timeout defensively.
Why you use your timeout for, dummy? I got to kick it.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Check 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
18. 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So Mike's number 1.
Topper!
Check 52.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
180. One's the mic. Watch 1. Watch 1. Here we go. Hey, alert. Mike, 1. Come on, D.
Hey, Charlie.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust.
Damn this game, man.
Picked off at the 28. Score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Chubb. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. On 2nd and 7, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Diggs.
Look at that.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
Keep on going. 4 down. Let them know.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wilson. It's caught by Aguilar. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. To throw is Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Bell. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Watch twins. Watch the twins. Hey, switch gears.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Check back. Back.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Get ready.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
They come out here in the eye. So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Come on, game. Don't do me like this, dog. Oh, my God,
and
dog.
he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 26-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right.
That's garbage, dog.
It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Back to Mixon on first down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. This time, Trubisky will throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mixon with a first down carry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On the delay, it's Mixon, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know you felt that. 180! Alert, 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 alert! It's a party out! It's a party out!
Out of the gun, Trubisky looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at that. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Oh my God, this game, dog. I had all day to throw that.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Oh my God.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Caught here by Bell. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check it out, Reed. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now Wilson throwing again. Touchdown, Detroit. Cooper Kupp in the final seconds of the first half as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at the juke. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Again, it's Mixon. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Double tight, double tight. No. 3 down, 3 down. No. Hands up. Hey, Haywood. Coming.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky.
Why, game?
Incomplete. So
Why do you do me like this, game?
Do
it straight to me.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tempo.
So they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
He's coming. We got to go, let's go.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
36 power. Check 3. Out. 25. Sponge. No. Hey, 0. Motion. Hey, 3.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Hey, check. 3 down. Hey, watch it. Hey, 0.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going. It certainly wasn't one of the more conventional plays ever run, but it gained a 1st down, and they got the ball in the hands of a playmaker.
Get in the weight room.
Now Bell. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Kill. Turn it. 12.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being...
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Joe Mixon, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. This will be taken very short. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on second down. Wilson forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. 55, come on, guys, 55. It's our time.
On third down, Wilson being chased out left. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Mixon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On second down, Mixon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
He's moving, boys, he's moving. 58.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Say. Run, son. So nice number one. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Alert 3. Switch.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. His career rushing numbers just continue to rise with that last carry. He surpasses 12,280 yards and also surpasses Marshall Faulk.
Check. Ready. 60-yard. Check. 53 is mine.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
I'm coming after you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
They run. Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Push him back. Under 10. 10. Check 24. Kill.
They go with Chubb on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now Trubisky on first down. Flushed out right. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tavon Young, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead and another.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Detroit, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.